Hello and welcome to IMO, In My Opinion. I'm Alika Hope, here today with Dana Swinney-Murphy and Alicia Cosby, and our guest, Janine Fondon from UnityFirst.com. Welcome, Janine.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about Unity First?
Well, Unity First, it's an online magazine, and we're a distributor of e-news that focuses on diversity and leadership. So we ship news all over the country and world, and we also have a local extension through Unity First Online for people to read.
What got you into starting UnityFirst.com?
I basically came out of the corporate environment doing a lot of communications for companies like Digital Equipment Corporation, Bank Boston when it was Bank Boston. Also, I worked for ABC TV for many years in New York and Washington, and a little bit for CBS doing some research. So with all of that, just being in the communications industry, trying to keep pace with where it was going. And after being here with the high-tech industry, it was clearly headed to the digital world. So that's where I am.
Great. What is something that's unique about Unity First?
Unique. I think Unity First brings together all worlds. You can get information on a lot of different topics. They all involve some element of diversity, but we feel that is the unifying point that everyone has, and everybody has a different point, and you could learn a lot about a lot of different things just by reading about any one topic, and I think that's what's unique. And also you get a different eye view for events and so forth, because you like to go to an event, any kind of event. Usually we cover conferences and so forth, and sometimes you will see the articles that circulate after that with the information and research, and not every conference can share everything, so it's what we choose to share, and usually people find that interesting.
Now, Unity First is becoming more and more well known. I heard you've recently been recognized.
Yes, well, Unity First, it's kind of interesting. We started out with about 50 readers, 15 years, actually about 10 years ago. And now we're over 2 million readers. And,
hold on one second. They started with 50 readers and now they're at 2 million. I want to just reiterate that because that's huge.
Yeah.
That's
exponential kind of growth.
Yes, and that's over a 10-year period. But
still 2 million is 2 million.
Yes. And also, I'm very proud to say that independently owned.
Yes.
And as a small business, because and also to keep up with technology, it's quite a feat. And I think that, and everybody in business knows that's one feat. But keeping up with this technology stuff is another feat. So we're very happy. And of course, my husband, who I share this wonderful business with, and we've been married 15 years. Yeah, no, 20 years. I'm going to get this right.
You missed 5 there.
What did you say? So 20 years. He's a veteran of IBM. And a lot of his buddies, they have worked in that space between MIT and everything. And it seemed like everyone had a commonality around technology and wanting to put together their best ideas. So that's also a product of Unity First.
And I noticed, I went to your website and I noticed that it's undergoing renovations. I'm excited because she's going to have a brand new website in a few weeks.
Yes,
right?
yes. The website, we are now populating it. And I like to think that, again, it's something that will be different for people. So if you enjoy the Unity First experience where you get the e-magazines, the direct emails, the notices about jobs and so forth, and all I can say, it's going to be a more virtual environment. And it really will push the boundaries of how these social networks work with what I call community networks, what we're doing here today, kind of in person, and then merge that with all of the traditional outlets that we have. So we look at it as being very unique, and I think people enjoy it. And
clearly, 2 million people do.
Well,
and after this,
and growing, it's been growing.
And that's another thing, because when you doing a very traditional count of who's interacting with you, once you update all those systems, then you really get a different picture. And I think it's going to be even more people. Like we say, we have a following that may be in South America and different places. But now we want to know, what are those people reading? What do they like?
What are they clicking?
Exactly. What do they want to see more of? There's going to be a book outlet on there too, where they sell books in Brazil, in catering to that population. So there's going to be a lot of different, and we don't realize how many people of that background are here in the U.S. that want to interface with something right here, but have it authentically, just like your show. People will be able to get a window into this area through your show. And that's what people, I think, want to see, because everybody wants to know who's where, what kind of story they have. So even what your show offers is going to be something that is going to be even more popular with the right machine behind it.
Absolutely.
That's very true.
Yay, show! Yay, Unity First!
One of our goals for the show is to show how diverse the area is, and that we have a lot of unity as hosts, right? We have a lot of unity.
Yeah,
absolutely.
First.
Yeah.
And so we were very excited to have you on, just because of what you represent with the diversity and the different points of view. And when I checked out your website again, just seeing the newsreel, I really liked the newsreel because it had news from different pockets that may not be as typically represented in mainstream news. And it was really refreshing to see that and have it right there
Yes.
to read.
I think a lot of people like that, the point that they get different news, and also we get, well, we do promote, like Ebony, we promote PBS, there are a lot of big outfits that we promote, but sometimes we pick the things that, although our audience of the diverse nature might gravitate to, and a lot of audiences gravitate to, but it's not their number one promotion. So if it's Angelina Jolie, that may not be my number one, only because everybody's talking about that, but I'm going to probably pick someone else in one of those films that people want to focus on.
But I also want to note that you also do an excellent job in with your job opportunity postings that come up. So it's definitely something that you should check out, because they're not like little pity pat jobs. Again, it's very, very corporate minded.
Yeah,
so
and I like to
really
think
appreciate
that with the jobs, and here we go again in these very non-traditional. One of the people who deliver jobs on our is University of Oregon, and everybody's like, "Oh, what is it?
Yes!
What is it?"
I'm from Oregon, if you didn't know that. I'm from
Oh no!
University of Oregon
And
rocks.
there we have it.
That's what all the excitement is.
And see, that's another thing. We don't know what point of what diversity we all have.
Right.
See, before this day, I don't think I knew anybody from Oregon, so now I can say I do. So, but anyway, it's kind of finding these opportunities, and maybe they're recruiting all these wonderful people either there, and there are other companies too that are kind of joining that. And then we tend to get that we're looking for this person that doesn't exist, and that's a Unity First, because if it doesn't exist, chances are it might be in a network. And the other point I want to emphasize is that what we're exhibiting here is all about Unity First. And I know she's not on screen, but Gina, the artist that is sitting in the studio here, was one of the first artists that worked with us and actually did a commission piece for us. And then we knew you from
Before you moved to me.
exactly. And then with D, we and W. I'm calling people off screen, so I'm
Is our
sorry.
public Mama D. The audience knows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. And we have known each other, WBOA and other groups, and that's what Unity First is all about. And we hope that you will bring your communities, and Dana, Jacqueline Williams-Hines, who we've honored, and that's your client, and it keeps building, and that's the energy we all bring to it. So we just kind of keep it going, and it's exciting.
Do we have time to talk a little bit about the Common Ground Awards?
just gonna
And
ask her about
okay,
that,
good,
yeah.
good, because I think that's
Yeah, Common Ground Awards, that's an outgrowth of Unity First, where we actually salute people across the community, about all the wonderful things. And again, off camera, but Dee got an award recently, last year, I think it was, the woman. And again, we try to get, it's like a graduation. It's a mini graduation, so you'll find there'll be multiple people. And again, just to salute the fact that we can have a group of like 50 people who have done wonderful things. And you don't have to be with a university, you don't have to be with any kind of known outfit. This is a community affirming community. So if, that's the type of spirit. And one thing I'll also mention here, the book, if you don't mind a shameless plug for this wonderful Rising to the Top, where Unity First was mentioned. The interesting thing is this author was the first author we ever presented probably 15 years ago in support of our company, and now she named us one of the leading sites to watch in the future. So I just want to say it's great that we all work together, great team, and give great product out there for people to resonate. And I want to congratulate you guys on this wonderful show, and Dee for spearheading a great publication, and that's what. And any way we can help, we're there.
Well, thank you so much, Janine, for being on the show. UnityFirst.com, and it will be undergoing a brand spanking new look in the next few weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.